couldn't just normally go out and photograph. And the foreground could be photographed through the empty part of the glass. So you're kind of doing a trick photograph in camera effect. Yeah. And all this had to be worked out with the proper perspectives and lenses and angles and whatnot.
Yeah, supposing you had a hill that you're photographing, but you need a castle on it, and you don't have time to build the castle, you can paint it.
I do miss
You paint
the
it
day
on the
of
glass.
matte paintings.
The camera doesn't know that it's only 8 feet away. It looks exactly as though it's on the hill.
Yeah.
He could shoot a scene that you couldn't just normally go out and photograph.
On the hill.
And the foreground.
What does that do to your brain, flipping like that? Look at that. Smart.
Wow. That was impressive.
Clapping his hands. That guy woke up just in time. Ooh, bam. On it. Dangerous, actually. Even if you land on the mat.
I mean, it says something if you participate in a sport for which you ought to get hazardous duty pay.
I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they're built tough. Right, Daddy? Right. And I bought a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy? Yep. And I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy? That's right, yeah.
My daddy came to Texas in a covered wagon. I had to learn about Fords on my own. I'm a smart old boy, ain't I?
Of all Ford trucks registered over the last 12 years, 93 out of 100 are still on the job.
I was Christmas shopping about 40-odd years ago. I saw a man coming across the store with a huge load of presents in his hands and his head tucked over the top. And I looked at his face. I said, "My God, that's Walt Disney, my hero." I've always wanted to meet him. I never have. So I ran up to him and I said, "Mr. Disney, my name's Ray Bradbury." He said, "I know your books." I said, "Oh, thank God." He said, "Why?" I said, "Can we have lunch someday in the near future?" And then he said, "Tomorrow?" How about that? Tomorrow. When's the last time you heard that? Don't people always say next week, next month, next year? Well, the next day I went to the studio and had lunch with Walt Disney, set out on a card table with soup and salad. His secretary warned me before we went in that he had a very busy schedule. At 1 o'clock I should jump to my feet, shake his hand, and get out. I said, "My God, of course. I'm so glad to be here just for an hour. I'll be a good boy." At 1 o'clock, I jumped to my feet, grabbed his hand, said, "Thank you, Walt, goodbye," and started for the door. He says, wait a minute. I've got a few things I want to show you." So he took me out on the lot. He showed me the new hippopotamus. They're working on a new Lincoln robot. He had to show me that. And the people mover. We came back to the office at 3 o'clock, 2 hours late. And the secretary looked daggers at me. And I said, "No, him." I was Christmas shopping about...
I want to tell you about Shel Silverstein, author of The Giving Tree, Where the Sidewalk Ends, those weird little books with black and white drawings and twisted little poems that every kid remembers, even if they didn't really understand them at the time. But Shel wasn't just a children's author. He was a cartoonist, a playwright, a poet, a war correspondent, and maybe most surprising of all, he was one of the most prolific offbeat songwriters of the 20th century. He was always drawing and creating, and when the Korean War started, he was sent there to write and illustrate for the U.S. Army military magazine Stars and Stripes. And those wartime observations, laced with dry, absurdist humor, ended up becoming the basis for his writing style. After the war, he joined Playboy as their staff cartoonist, which is how he got access to all kinds of artists, thinkers, freaks, and weirdos. People just like him. But Shel was also a musician, and a damn good one. He played guitar, wrote songs, and started hanging out with folk and country artists. He wrote a song called A Boy Named Sue for Johnny Cash. Cash, which Cash debuted at San Quentin in 1969. It was a big hit for Cash immediately. Shell had tapped into something interesting about this culture. Dark humor, twisted logic, and emotional realism told through a simple story of a man.
Oh, Billy
that was
Carmack,
Shell's gift. It was right around this time that Shell started seeing a model that he met at the Playboy Mansion, Susan Taylor Hastings, and the two had a daughter, Shoshana, in 1970. The relationship between Susan and Shell didn't last, but he was devastated when she died suddenly 5 years later of a cerebral brain aneurysm, leaving their daughter to be raised by extended family with frequent visits from her father. Shell took another huge blow 6 years after that, when Shoshana also suffered a cerebral aneurysm, passing away at just 11 years old. This had a profound impact on his approach to writing. He really didn't sound like anybody else. He didn't write like anybody else. He wrote the cover of the Rolling Stone in 1972 for one of my favorite niche bands, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, and it was so on the nose that the magazine actually put them on the cover. He wrote Queen of the Silver Dollar for Emmylou Harris, 25 Minutes to Go for Cash Again, and The Taker for Waylon Jennings. That last one might be the meanest country song ever recorded. He was good friends with Chris Christopherson and people who were trying to turn country music into something stranger and more literary. There was no line for him between children's author and hard-living poet. The guy who wrote The Missing Piece was the same guy who wrote Freakin' at the Freakers Ball, and he was fine with that. But when you look at the songs, the poems, and the cartoons, and the plays, there is a through line. It's his irreverent voice, full of equal parts sadness and playfulness. And through that, he reached everybody. It's wild to think of how many people claimed Shell as their own. And maybe that's the point. Shell's work belonged to no one and everyone.
Well, what do you do to relax?
Smoke marijuana.
You were joking when you said that, of course.
This is one of the weirdest monuments in the world, but only if you know the story behind it. This huge bronze bowl thing in the financial district in New York is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city. And if you didn't know any better, you would think, well, it's the financial district, the stock exchange is nearby, so they put like a bowl there to symbolize wealth or the strength of the market, whatever. But that is not true. This city did not ask for this. Nobody asked for it. This 7,000-pound bronze bowl just showed up one day. On the morning of December 15, 1989, it was suddenly just there. It had just been dropped on the sidewalk in front of the New York Stock Exchange, and they had to call to have it hauled away. An artist named Arturo Demodica had been working on the bowl since 1987 in secret. He spent more than $350,000 of his own money making this thing. He then scoped out the area and found that police patrolled it every 7 to 8 minutes. And so he and dozens of friends, along with a truck and a crane, organized basically a reverse heist. The city immediately came and hauled it away, but the people complained and said, no, bring it back. So they looked around and found a more appropriate spot a couple of blocks away. But there was no process at all. There were no committees that approved the design. One night, a guy and his friends just rolled up and dropped this 7,000-pound hunk of bronze in the sidewalk and said, here. This is one of the weirdest.
There's a little girl statue screaming in it, too.
Oh!
Whoa!
You get it? Do you get it? Buffalo Springfield?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Dog had to get up and turn off the TV.
I love to dance, so I went every time. I never turned down a dance invitation. There were some very famous musicians that played in San Francisco. There was just no end to dances. You could go all the time, night after night. It was about 1924, 25, and when my friend, the lady friend that was with me, lit up a cigarette, everybody in the place looked at her. It just wasn't done to smoke out in public.
It wasn't considered the nice thing to do at all, you know. And then along came our generation, and we all wanted to smoke, particularly because it wasn't considered the nice thing to do, I guess.
Wow.
That is not real. I don't care what anybody says. Call him bullshit.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Well, I'm glad to see you got a sense of humor. So do I.
Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
I'm gonna get a cappuccino soon. I'm gonna strangle somebody.
Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. Welcome back to the coffee shop. Apologies for missing last week. I blame it entirely on Christy, but only because it's entirely her fault. Showtime came and went, and there was no Christy to be found anywhere. But we're back with all the excitement and motivation that I feel deep down in my spirit, which is zero, none. Darin, come on out here, will you?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
That was the wrong intro for Darin. I made one for him. Yeah, he was funny looking. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny looking.
Alrighty.
What's funny to me is I was listening to Victor Davis Hanson being interviewed on Uncommon Knowledge, and he was imitating his parents' generation, who were Scandinavians who had migrated from the Midwest. And he was like, yeah, he worked hard. Yeah, he died. Yeah. I was like, holy shit, they still talk like that in Minnesota and Wisconsin today.
That they do.
They do. How are you, Darin? Good to see you.
I am I'm feeling less rotten than normal. So
Yeah, that's good. Look, the chat is just overflowing with folks.
Yes.
Because see what happens when you miss a week. Billy Powermack,
starved.
Good to see you. Abo, good to see you as always. Christy, we were supposed to open with a couple of trailers. What the hell happened?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I thought we were going to like some hard.
On thermometers, 2,000 surrounding us. Travel 2,000 kilometers to hang out with us. What's up, danger? What's up, danger? Hey, didn't know they doubted us. Makes it that more marvelous. Sign them up, cause ominous vibes and I get synonymous. What's up, danger? Hey, don't be a stranger. Cause I like high chances that I might lose. I like it all on the edge, just like you. Hey, I like tall buildings so I can leap off of them. I go hard with it no matter how dark it is. I'm insane, but on my toes. I could keep the world balanced on my nose. I had a slumber party with all my foes. Now I wear them like a badge on all my clothes. If I'm crazy, I'm on my own. If I'm waiting, it's on my throne. If I sound lazy, just ignore my tone. Cause I'm always gonna answer when you call my phone. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger? Don't be a stranger. What's up, danger?
Watch it again.
Of course, The Buckler by the great John Dillard, good friend.
John Dillard, yes.
And amazing artist. Love his stuff. To me, the most iconic image he has ever drawn is that face-off in the alley between Canadian Shield and the Buckler. It tells you everything you need to know about his character.
Yep.
Here's the equivalent of Superman at 9 feet tall looking down at him. There's the Buckler giving him the stink eye with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I love it.
Yep. I reference that picture a lot when I'm talking about our own title together, which we might want to play a trailer for eventually. In comparison to the Demifoot versus what an actual Sasquatch is. Size difference. I said it's just like that panel you drew of the Buckler staring down the Canadian Shield. That's the difference. That's the size difference. And what I love about that image, of course, is that he draws the Buckler huge throughout the entire issue, and then when you see how much bigger the Canadian Shield is, you're like, oh fuck.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Good storytelling is where you find it. It doesn't matter if it's comic books, movies, television, novels. It doesn't matter. It's all telling a story, and that's something I hope doesn't die out anytime soon. Unlike the rest of Western civilization that's dying as fast as it possibly can. Well, no, that's not true. Let me back up.
No.
I was having a conversation with a young lady who is, hell, she's even more conservative than I am. And she said we were literally one election away from losing our culture. Because Kamala would have kept the border open.
Right.
Kamala would have endorsed censorship, and we would have been well on our way to being as bad as the UK has become, which is a little frightening because, I love me some England, but I people getting arrested in the middle of the night for posting memes because somebody was offended. Get the hell out of here. That's the most Orwellian nightmare shit. It's unreal. So, yeah. Of course, I don't want to dive deep into this, but we got to touch on it. This Bondi Beach in Australia, the shooting down there, and immediately, what does the left jump on? Gun control. We got to control those damn guns, Darin. If you don't watch them like a hawk, they will get up and run out the door and just go start committing harm and violence.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that Australia has more strict gun control than we do. They actually confiscated all of their citizens' guns over the last 20 years through mandatory buyback programs, all their automatic, semi-automatic, and shotguns. So the guns used here were illegally obtained. So how would more gun control have prevented this from happening? It wouldn't have. And you got Chuck Schumer out there saying that the lesson learned here for our country is we need stricter gun laws. And it's like, they have stricter gun laws than us. It still didn't.
That's not the lesson learned there, Chuck.
Exactly.
Sorry, but you're, as usual, wrong. Or as my dad would say, wrong again. It's amazing to me that these leftists and their politicians, their talking heads, can't wrap their brain around the idea that the reason criminals are criminals is because they don't follow the law.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Does that get through to anybody? It doesn't matter how many laws you pass. You can even try confiscation. Now, granted, you will immediately incite a civil war because that shit ain't going to happen. But even if you miraculously somehow did it, that's not going to stop criminals intent on harming people from harming people. They'll use trucks, bombs, knives, machetes. I mean, just look at London as an example.
Right. Yeah.
But of course,
they use towels to defend themselves. Have you seen that?
Yes,
Where you
yes.
take a towel and yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's like the noogie self-defense. You stay back or I'll give you a noogie.
Yeah, that's
But
gonna
my heart's
discouraging him. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my heart's broken for the victims, and there was footage, Darren,
Yeah.
of their police officers hiding, taking cover,
Yeah.
and a civilian, an unarmed civilian, disarmed one of the shooters,
Mm-hmm.
and the police let him go.
Yeah.
They refused to pursue him. It might be dangerous. I'm sorry. That's what you get paid for, is to run toward the gunfire, not away from it. I mean, maybe it was a coincidence that it was a female officer that they showed hiding behind the car. I don't know, Darren. What do you think?
Well, it's one thing when it's a security guard, right? We had a shooting at the Potawatomi Casino here in Wisconsin about 10 years ago, and the security guards took cover too. And people were saying, well, what's the point of a security guard if they're not going to try to actively stop the shooter? And somebody had to point out that that's not actually the responsibility of a security guard. The security guard is a professional witness. He is there to witness the crime, not to actually provide security. And so I'm wondering if the UK police have adopted that philosophy now.
Hey, you got to wonder, don't you, Christy? Yeah. Could you mute your microphone, please? We're getting some echo from our bombastic co-host there.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Christy, as always, is producing from her job that actually pays her good money for her presence versus the abuse we give her in return for her presence and her professionalism. But she's all bundled up. She's all bundled up like she's in Wisconsin, Darren, and she's in SoCal.
Yeah.
Have you noticed this?
What's up with, now she's getting naked. Okay, good.
Yeah,
there we are. Yeah, the fine folks at home can't see what we're seeing, but yeah.
We just got a strip tease and a boob shake.
Yep.
Not from Darren, surprisingly.
Not from me. No, we won't get that from me. Sorry to say.
But yeah, there was also another shooting at Brown University, and with 2 victims there, and of course CNN, they're linked to firearms crimes. I don't understand this, and chat, maybe you can help me out. Maybe there's a libtard out there listening that can explain it to me. How are the firearms committing crimes? They're inanimate objects, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Do they actually believe, Darren, that those things have a will of their own and a means by which they can go and do these things?
They did back when it came to SUVs about 20 years ago. The media kept reporting about how SUVs were running people over, and it wasn't, it was the type of vehicle that mattered in the story to them. And so if you were reading them, you would come to the conclusion that every SUV in the country somehow has a mind of its own, like Christine or Kit or something like that, and that it was that these SUVs are running over people because they were on a mission to get these things off the U.S. market.
Oh yeah, what was that guy's name? Derek. What was that guy's name that up your neck of the woods that ran over those people in the Christmas parade?
Oh yeah. Shit. What was his name?
I can't remember. But yeah, they kept reporting how the SUV did it, and that was again that phenomenon.
Daryl Brooks.
Yeah,
Daryl Brooks was his name. Yeah.
It was. They couldn't say on the news that a black man had done this. So it was the SUV had done it.
Right. And the sad thing was,
that's how you always know, Darren, when the perpetrator is anything other than white. If it's a white perpetrator, they'll say a 39-year-old white man stormed into a blah, 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 blah. But if they say there was a shooting at the store and someone charged in, blah, 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 they're not white.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and the sad thing about Daryl Brooks's case was he had a history of getting mad and hitting people with his car. That's what he would do to them, because Daryl Brooks is not a very big guy. He's actually quite skinny. If you imagine like Shaggy from Scooby Doo if he were black, that's what he was like. And
he's a punk ass little bitch.
and he got real mad one day and just found a whole bunch of people and plowed into him because it made him feel powerful, like he was having an effect on the world around him. And if you watched his trial, and I know we're getting off the beaten path here a little bit, but if you watched his trial, he was determined to prolong that trial as long as he could by whatever means he could, because why not? He knows where he's going.
Using his sovereign citizen defense.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, he knew that wasn't work. He was just delaying the inevitable, and he was actually the larger strategy was to try to get a mistrial, try to get the judge Jennifer Doro to flip out, and so that his lawyer could declare a mistrial. And she, to her credit, kept composure throughout the whole thing, and got the job done. And so people were so impressed with her that she decided at a late point in that year to run for the state Supreme Court. She didn't win because she didn't hadn't campaigned long enough to let everybody know. But everybody knows who she is because of that coverage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That she was kind of cute.
Yeah, I got pictures of her on my computer.
Oh, confirmed. Darin is lusting after a judge. Film at 11.
Yeah. No, Jennifer Doro being a well-known person from my state.
I
had a couple pictures.
I took us here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the one that made the completely inappropriate comment about her looks. It's on me. It's my fault. I repent of that sin. Christy, what are you doing back there? Yep. I'm scared to bring you out. But I was going to say, if you could get somewhere near your microphone, let's bring Christy out and say hi to Christy, the publisher of
I'm just doing a job I never did before.
the publisher of Flip City Magazine. There she is. What's up, Christy?
Hello, I am by a microphone.
You are.
And I have tools to harm people with. I've got all kinds of them. Like, look at this one.
Yeah, she was tasked by her boss to go buy 20 meaningless gifts and wrap them for the employee. So
I don't know. That could do some damage, though.
It could.
Anyway, so basically, you guys, I'm going to mute and keep wrapping presents and listen to you guys. And if you need me, I'm here.
Well, no, Christy, I was going to ask you your professional opinion here now. Do you, in fact, like hard cheeses?
Oh, man, hard cheeses are about one of the best cheeses because they last forever. They're kind of expensive. And one time I had a dog steal about 1.5 pounds of hard cheeses.
Ooh.
And she didn't poop for a couple days.
Thanks. Oh, wow.
I'm a big fan of hard cheeses.
All right. She's on record now. We have her on record.
Yeah. And you have godlike reverb. Yes.
Yes, we have an affinity for hard cheeses on the show. I'm just saying, I like hard cheeses. You can't unhear that once you hear it.
Right.
In that song.
Alonda Green. Yeah. Here we go. I got a picture of Jennifer Doro.
Okay, Christy, sharing screen.
Right there. That is Jennifer Doro, and without her glasses on. When she wears her glasses, she looks a lot like that G.I. Joe character, the Baroness. But that's her. And yeah, she was front and center. She was the judge who kept her composure and basically just was a Vulcan the whole time, so that didn't get Darrell Brooks get under her skin, and that's why Darrell Brooks got a successful trial that put him away for forever. So,
right, Carrie says, remind Christy to address me as Princess Carrie, as I have the crown. She doesn't.
Hi, Princess Carrie.
Okay, I am off. I've turned it off, so you better put us all back on now.
Nothing but the best in production value here, boys and girls.
Yep. Everybody's looking at my logo right now.
Which is, just as exciting as the man himself. I'm telling you.
Yeah. There we go.
Look at Christy. Isn't she just adorable? Look at that smile. She's so sweet and innocent till she gets a couple of beers in her.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, she becomes a termagant, a harpy, and a what do they call that? Harridan. A venomous Harridan. Yes, go ahead.
That does bring us to the word of the week from Darin Wagner. Darin, who enjoys nothing more than explaining things to the rest of us simpletons. Sharing a screen again, Christy. Our word of the week from Darin
is a Welsh word called hiraeth. Noun, a homesickness for a home you can't return to or that never was.
Hooray.
It is a word that hiraeth. It has no translation in any other language, so the word that is the word hiraeth. Everybody uses it.
Everybody uses it, Darin?
Well, everybody who wants to describe what it means uses the word hiraeth, because there's no, for example, in American colloquial English, there is no word that's the equivalent. We use hiraeth.
I've never heard this word before a month ago, Darin, because you should.
Yes.
So I would contest your theory that everyone uses it. What's up, Omer? So Omer glitch, by the way, and this was another exciting episode of Darin Explain Shit. We got to make a stinger for that, Christy.
Nice and quick too. Yeah.
So Omer,
let's hurry through this so he doesn't have to explain anything. All right, go ahead.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Darin Explains Shit.
Do me a favor, shut the fuck up.
Now she's on our game.
All right, who slipped Christy some booze?
Omer Glitch made a good point that my Jake Bishop series was lacking in diversity because it's all white people.
Mm-hmm.
So I've developed a character named Omer who's going to be in the book, and
oh no,
I've decided he will be a Cuban immigrant, a la Ricky Ricardo, who leads a big band. It is a singer. I'm kidding, Omer. I have no idea what I'm going to do about that. But it's good to see you, brother. Speaking of,
maybe he'll have his own TV show called I Love Omer.
Oh.
and Omer will be married to a redhead.
I finished writing the new Jake Bishop novel yesterday. And it was weird for me, boys and girls, because I encountered that feeling I used to get when I'd finish a really good painting. Mm-hmm. It's there's a sense of accomplishment, and you sit back and you stare at it, but then there's also this crushing depression from which you can only escape if you start another painting. And I don't know if other people experience that. Like you finish something and it turns out well, and then you suddenly get just depressed because it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, called postpartum depression. Women who enjoy being pregnant, and then when they have the baby, then they sometimes will kill their baby and then get pregnant again because they like the state of being pregnant and all the attention that it gets them. And yes, I know very much what you're talking about academically.
Darin, thanks for coming out on the show today. It was good to have you. Get the hell out of here. There we go. Fucker. So yeah, anyway, I finished the book yesterday and I sent it off to the publisher. Don't know what the schedule is going to look like on that one yet, but immediately I opened up the next one, which I already have 30,000 words of the next one written. And I was looking at it this morning, you guys, and Darin will bear witness to the truth. I was like, oh my God, this sucks so hard. Not in the plot, but there was a particular scene that was it was terrible. And I'm like, this is so bad that like Darin could have written it.
Oh, I don't know. That sounds pretty contrary to what I heard today. But yeah, it always feels that way when you step away and you come back to it and you're like, what was I thinking here? I know I reread this back to myself as I was writing it. Why would I think this is okay?
Yeah,
You know, and why did I do it that way? Why is it so clunky? I can get rid of half these words, you know? It's
yeah,
just
that was exactly what I was thinking. Like, I could have sworn this sounded good the first time I wrote it and read it back to myself and checked it. Now it's complete shit. So I've got work to do, is what I'm saying, you guys. I've got a lot of editing to do before I can even write to the. I mean, it's written. The whole thing is there. It's just got to kind of be refined a little bit. So,
yeah. All right, Omer. Christy is wrapping gifts. She's not cooking. She's wrapping gifts.
by the way,
random objects.
I'm going to put her on the spot, by the way. So, Christy and I were hanging out backstage, and it had gotten dark here in my studio, and I can't see shit on my keyboard. So I was lifting my glasses and leaning over to make sure I was finding the right key to begin. Once I find a key, I can type without looking, and I can type fast, but I don't rest my fingers on the home keys. Wasn't trained properly, but I can type fast as shit. I just got to find where I'm at. Well, Christy saw me doing that, and she felt sorry for me, Darin.
Mm-hmm.
So she said she's going to buy me a light up keyboard.
You know, it's funny. I think about that every time I've been out shopping, Doc. I just haven't run across a light up keyboard yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Make sure it's one that just has a rainbow of colors that look like unicorn yak, so that he doesn't have the ability to customize it. So it's all pinks and blues, and that's what I would do.
That was the goal. Make it as rainbow as possible.
Yeah, here's the point. I wouldn't even give a shit as long as I could see it. I'm old. I don't care. As long as I can see the damn thing, I'm good.
We'll see it reflected on his face, a rainbow of colors.
A reading rainbow. Darin, I don't have to take this kind of abuse from you. I'm married. I've got a wife for that.
Oh, she can't do the job of biting. Never mind. Not even gonna finish
Darin.
that thought.
Darin.
I had no thought.
Yeah, obviously not. I mean, what the hell? So
biting commentary. Yeah.
So also wanted to touch on this briefly. Rob Reiner and his wife were killed apparently by or allegedly by their biological son. Horrific crime. And we'll just get it out of the way and say Rob Reiner and I probably would not get along in real life. Totally disagree with him on just about everything politically and culturally. But that was a human life that was snuffed out through a violent act of murder. And I refuse to celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to comment this because someone asked me, well, you saw what Donald Trump wrote. It wasn't very nice. No, it wasn't. And I will be the first one to say that Donald Trump can be gratuitously crass and rude. That does not mean I endorse the words that come out of his mouth. He's just doing a good job as president. That doesn't mean I endorse everything that comes out of his mouth. And I would caution anyone about the being hateful enough to celebrate the untimely death of anyone. I mean, that's just no bueno. Don't do that. We saw it. Go ahead, Darin.
I was going to say, Rob Reiner, he and I would not have I would not have invited him over for Christmas dinner either. But not that he would have come. But he did, through the man's work, make some outstanding films. Stand By Me being one of the biggest ones for me is because I was about the same age as the kids in the movie when it came out. So it would really hit home.
You want to see a dead body?
As a generation squeeze film. So, but I think a lot of people also are letting how Rob Reiner's films made them feel get in their way of looking at this objectively. This was a tragedy, yes. But Rob Reiner was different things to different people. And to Donald J. Trump, he was an enemy. And
yeah,
he didn't dance on his grave. He made one tweet on his own or whatever the equivalent is on social on Truth Social. One tweet, and that was it. And if again, if people who in the media who want to ask him to expand on that in any way or comment on it, they're the ones perpetuating it. He was a one and done. And is it the tweet I would have made? No, but well, we're gonna see. We're gonna be finding out some things about the Reiner family as the months and probably years go on. So there is going to be probably more to the story than we know at this point. So that's all I want to say. It is a tragedy. That's how it should be viewed. And anytime a mother and father are slain by their child, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it is. And for me, though, it's not Stand By Me. It's, of course, The Princess Bride will be the biggest thing he's ever known for. I mean, that thing has become a cultural fan favorite like Wizard of Oz. I mean, it's in the zeitgeist. And, of course, if you're a musician and you ever saw Spinal Tap, you relate to that thing so damn hard. I can remember when that came out. I was in a band and a bunch of us were watching it, and we laughed so hard I thought we were going to die because there's so much truth behind the comedy of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to like the guy to appreciate his art. And like Darin said, I wouldn't have him over for dinner even if he wanted to come. He'd be that guy at work that you'd give a polite nod to in the morning and then don't talk to for the rest of the day because there's no point. But that doesn't mean I want the guy to go home and get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a horrible, horrible thing. Christy, do me a favor, would you? We need a couple of trailers right here. We've reached that point in the show already. Time is flying by.
Wow. It really is. Give me 1 sec, because I was not prepared. Of course. Here we go.
911, what are you reporting?
We got someone or something crawling around out here.
Did you see what it was? Was it a person or an animal or?
I can't tell. All I know is that my central light came on and I just happened to glimpse and see this thing running across the yard. A good-sized man or something. Looks like a man. I don't know what it was, just that it ran across the yard.
Okay. You've had problems in the neighborhood before?
Yeah, my dog was killed here just recently. I don't know what it was. Whatever it is, it's running. I couldn't catch it if I was going to chase it. But whatever it was standing up. I'm out here looking through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ, you better...
Sure.
Dia!
Hello?
Get somebody out here.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right...
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he doing in your yard?
He's looking at me.
Oh, and the guy is on foot.
I don't know what... It's a big... real big person. That's all I can say.
Okay, but it is a person.
Yeah, I'd say it was a person, somebody really big. But he's all in black.
Is he a black male or a white male? Did you actually see whether, or was he just wearing black?
He's all black and he's big. He is big.
I do have change. If you
Well, our viewers are really entertained by this.
What in the world has happened here?
She played a trailer, kept her mic on through the whole trailer, so it echoed all over the place, and now she's answering her office door.
Jesus Christ! Hey, I did want to do this. I want to share with you guys that are watching or that may watch later a channel that I highly recommend on the YouTubes is the Common Nerd. He does the same. He does commentary on all the stuff we already talk about. Yeah, if you could drop that link there, that'd be great.
The Common Nerds plural.
Yeah, it's pop culture, comics, games, movies, TV shows. The guy is articulate. He's witty. Streams every
also
day.
live.
He's live right now.
Mm-hmm.
I stumbled across, and he's a brother in Christ, Darin. He's a Christian.
Yay.
Prays at the beginning of every show, but still slips up and drops a few f-bombs because we're all human. But he's a good guy, so highly recommend his show. Not, of course, during the coffee shop, but at any time we're not streaming. Be sure you get over there and tell him Doc sent you. Christy, tell him Doc sent you. Carrie, tell him Doc sent you. Billy Powermax, tell him Doc sent you. Abo, same. Omer, same. Darin, same. Because I would like for him to see that because I want to get him on the show. I'd love to have him come out here and talk to us. He's an engaging human being. Is Christy? Are we gonna hear her getting fired live on stream?
No, she's accepting a delivery at the door.
Oh damn!
I am listening right now to ours.
So I used to do a segment on the show, Darin, before I met you, called "Shit I Watch on YouTube," because I have subscribed to thousands of channels, I think, but it's a pretty broad area of interest, plural. We got a hillbilly selling classic cars in Tennessee, and then we've got Drakensfeld, a naval scholar over in England at the same time. We've got the mindful narrowboat, a lady's documenting her journeys on the canals through England, and her idealistic hippie self is just wonderfully relaxing to watch. I mean, there's so much good stuff on YouTube, which is a shit platform, but the content creators are amazing.
Apparently, Warner Brothers has rejected Paramount's hostile takeover bid.
Wait a minute, say that again?
Warner Brothers Discovery has rejected Sundance Paramount's $30 per share acquisition offer, calling it inferior to Netflix deal and alleging Ellison's aren't providing full backstop for financing.
So
yeah,
it's looking more like Netflix is going to land that.
Yeah.
Which would be horrible.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping for Sundance Paramount to acquire Warner Brothers because I think that it's a better home for them than Netflix. Netflix doesn't care about publishing anything. So they'll probably they just want the IPs, and they'll probably farm out the publishing of DC Comics characters to other, which could be actually kind of work in your favor. Let's say an Ethan Van Sciver goes ahead and gets the Green Lantern, thing. Now you'd never have an issue of Green Lantern come out on time, but it would be good issues of Green Lantern.
Well, also though, it's probably a more realistic way of looking at that is whoever acquires it is probably going to just take hands off and let DC publish their shit. It's like, you guys know how to make comics, go make comics.
But they're going to have to make money first. I mean, that's the big issue, and I don't think comic book companies have been making money. Marvel certainly doesn't. They've been treated like an R&D division at Disney for 20 years now. And they don't seem to, they get a budget every year that they have to spend, and that's it. You
Yeah.
know, they don't seem to. They're not a for-profit company anymore like they used to be.
They're
In
not
my
a.
opinion.
You're right. Mainstream comics are
Yeah.
not a cash making
Mhm.
enterprise. They're not.
Mhm.
However, they could be.
Yeah.
And all it would take would be the same thing we've been saying for fucking 20 years now. Get away from the woke shit and tell good stories. That's all you got to do. Tell good stories and tell them well. The Jim Shooter philosophy. Tell good
Yep.
stories, tell them well.
Mm-hmm.
Stop preaching. Stop proselytizing. Just stop it. And stop hating on your fan base. Everyone knows comics are originally the entrance to pop culture for most kids. And that's the way it should be. These things should be aimed at anywhere from 10 years old to college age kids. And then those of us that grew up loving it will hang on for the rest of our lives, unless you deliberately ostracize us, which they've done. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me I'm right, chat. Chat, talk to me. Good God. Did you guys die? I think we should give the chat the same silent treatment they're giving us, Darren.
Is it time to end the show?
No. I wish.
You wish. Oh, jeez. Well, without the engineer, without our person here, producer, yes, we can't really start the meme review or anything either. So you know.
Yeah, Darren, I have gotten fussed at for saying this, but I stand by it. I'm not a YouTuber. I am a writer and artist who happens to have a YouTube channel, and there's a difference. There's a difference. My good friend Overglitch out there, he is streaming almost every day. Our friend Rex, same thing. They care about their numbers, their watch hours, their subscribers. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't. When I go live, it's just to have a chat with the chat. That's the whole point of it. To share a few laughs, talk about the headlines of the day. In the middle of the week, give ourselves a break. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's for.
Yeah.
But I've been rebuked by my good friend Rex and a little bit by Omer and our good friend John Dillard is even, what are you even doing it for, Doc? You know, because it's a show I would like to participate in if I were watching. Darren, on the other hand, boys and girls, has a very healthy YouTube channel on which he does some very damn good material.
Oh.
He just
Very niche. Mm-hmm.
It's very niche. He doesn't do a lot of it. He needs to do more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Including one video he did that got over 250,000 views. Could you imagine if anybody in our community, Omer Glitch or Carrie or Billy or Abo, released anything that got 250,000 views, we would lose our damn minds.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just looked out. Okay, looks like she's coming back to the job.
You were already unmuted.
Oh, I was.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear like my entire conversation?
No.
Yeah, you were talking. Yep, you're talking over the Demi-Foot trailer. It was echoing through your. You know, you are a bad producer.
All I did was mute my speaker, so I couldn't hear you guys.
I came back, and of course, there was supposed to be 2 trailers. There was just one, so I came back to dead air. And
it's because a thing happened while you were gone, and I'm like.
Well, I heard you talking in the back, and I said, "Wait, are we going to actually hear Christy get fired live on the air?"
Well, you know, it is funny. Boss called, and then a guy that he was sending in came in, and yeah, it was a little bit of heck.
It's unscripted drama that you're seeing here, boys and girls. We bring you only the best in entertainment on Doc's Coffee Shop, courtesy of Flip City Magazine. Christy, it's time for meme review, honey. Let's do this thing.
Yes. You are forbidden from answering the door for the next 10 minutes.
Let's do some memes, boys and girls. No intro to the memes. Let's just do the damn memes. I'm here to tell you.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Journalists, after studying and going to school for years just to learn to write the phrase, her testicles. By the way, Christy, do you have the poll set up?
Well, I did not put it on Twitter, so it's going to be exclusively on YouTube. No, I don't have it set up yet.
Okay, so there we go. She's just right on top of things.
I have to remember what our memes are. We'll do it live. It's like a fuck it, we'll do it live type of proposition here.
Now, the Whopper in the Burger King commercial versus the Whopper you get from the drive-thru. Has there ever been a truer? This one wins just on truth. Okay. If I ever got a product from a fast food place that looked like the advertisement, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Take a picture of it.
I would think it was fake. I mean, look, just show what the Whopper actually looks like. Just show what the Big Mac actually looks like. We're fine with it. We know. You don't have to lie to us anymore. It's okay.
Yeah, well, one of the best scenes in Falling Down was when he went to the burger place.
Yeah. My ex-father-in-law was exactly that way. He would say, I want a number 4, but if the burger don't look like it does in that picture, don't even bother. What do you expect is going to happen here, Ben? Come on.
Okay, bye.
Love you, bye-bye. Hey, Muslim free shopping since 1960. Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Guys, just so you know, Piggly Wiggly is real.
Yes,
it is, or it was, a family-owned business that had been that way since its inception.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best grocery stores in the South. They're just getting hard to find.
We had a Piggly Wiggly up here. Did you know that Piggly Wiggly was the first grocery store in the United States that had the model that now every grocery store uses? Prior to Piggly Wiggly, when you went to the grocery store, you went into like an office with a list, and somebody took your list and went into the back where the store was and brought the things on your list back up to the front. And Piggly Wiggly was the first place to let the customer walk through the store.
Christy, mute yourself, hon. Mute yourself. There we go. you gotta love that girl. So Piggly Wiggly, yeah. And by the way, little known fact: my very first W-2 job I ever worked was Piggly Wiggly. I was a bag boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a Piggly Wiggly up in I believe it was Hillsboro, Wisconsin. It was near there. Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was feeling this one down to my soul. Oh, no, I do not want to save to OneDrive, damn it. I want to save to the documents folder on my computer that I own in my house. I despise that unless you tell it otherwise, it's going to always default to saving to the OneDrive. I don't even know what OneDrive is, Darin. Is that the cloud?
That is the PC equivalent of the iCloud, basically.
I mean, what does that mean, though? Is it actually saved on the computer, or is it saved in the cloud?
It's off. It's saved off site, off your device on a server somewhere out there.
Yeah. See, I don't want that. I want it where I put it. Damn it.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Next. Yeah. The wheels on the shopping cart. Sydney Sweeney, who would have known that she would be the face of the year 2025?
You know, I was watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood the other day, and I had totally forgotten that she's in that movie as one of the Manson girls. But because in that movie, none of those girls wore the usual glamorous makeup, you know, she looks. I mean, this is the closest she looks to that character, but of course they did a lot of things to her outfits to make her look less like a woman and more like a little girl. So, yeah.
Sydney Sweeney is, without a doubt, a pretty woman, but she's got that. She has the same thing going for her that Jennifer Aniston had, and that is she's just pretty like the girl that works at the local CVS is pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's not
Attainable
glamorous.
pretty.
She's not glamorous. She's just pretty. She can
Yeah.
make herself up to be glamorous.
Yes, she's not like the original Charlie's Angels, you know.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But that's all you need now.
I'm doing whatever I can to be unattractive to cis men. Isn't that what you've been doing this whole time? Hello, darkness, my old friend. You must refuse to take illegal orders, like taking a vaccine I don't want or need. No, not that order. By the way, for the record, I detest those politicians that said that, because that was the smarmiest, slimiest, most underhanded. We never said Trump issued an illegal order. You can't get me for treason for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I don't want to pay for your health care right here.
Look at that. Oh my god.
Oh shit. That is not AI. But Darin, you know, the tragedy of this is if you showed up at their door with your car broke down and it's dinner time, they're not going to share any of that with you. They're not going to put you like a bite of this pizza. Hell no. Hell no.
We have the fattest, most sedentary poor in the world.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Funny how the poor here don't look like the poor from Ethiopia back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. It's amazing. I
was more disappointed than Janet Reno's blind date. Like an Ethiopian chasing a cheese wheel down a hill. Food companies, after knowingly adding unnecessary and hazardous ingredients to their American products for decades, we're sorry.
Come lay with me in a field full of dandelions.
Now this is some hard truth right here, Darin.
Yes, there is.
Based on my Saturday morning cartoon education, there's either a coyote under that boulder or the paint on that tunnel is still wet.
Yep.
Facts. Cheeseburger with bacon are indeed vital for survival. Dinosaurs, Darin, didn't have cheeseburgers with bacon. Look how that turned out.
Exactly. Shoot. Of course, if a certain... Never mind.
Me, historical facts, communists. I mean, every damn time it's just never been done right. Well, okay, kidding. Jeez. Fucking commies, I hate them. Netflix waiting for the war to end to make a movie about a black Ukrainian guy who falls in love with a trans Russian soldier. Absolutely true story. The screenplay is already written. They're just waiting for the war to be over so they can make the damn thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to read this one. Self-explanatory. God bless Tom Homan.
That's that L.A. Mirror, isn't it?
Yeah, I have no idea who that's supposed to represent. So.
Well, that was the gal from the L.A. fires. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is, by the way, not a Photoshop. It's just a extremely well-timed screen capture with the caffeine, Percocet, and alcohol all hit at the same time. There she is, boys and girls.
I mean, in order to realize how old Nancy Pelosi is, you have to find this photo of her shaking the hand of President Kennedy.
No, you mean President Lincoln. She shook hands with him. Hey, are you going to question every single narrative on the news? And then Christy pops up.
Tinfoil man. That's actually aluminum foil, but we don't care.
Yeah, okay, Darin. Darin explains it. Part 2. Looking into essential oils, which one is it that calms other people down? Chloroform? It's chloroform, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember during the Casey Anthony trial when they were showing her search results for how to make chloroform. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Someone posted that screenshot and said, "Wait, did the media just show us all how to make chloroform?" The pardon was immediately overturned by a federal judge in Chicago when President Trump pardoned the turkey. That's just, judicial overreach is a thing. This one is also true. This is as true as the Roadrunner one. Pugsley Adams is just goth Bobby Hill. Changed my mind. It's 100% true.
Pugsley wasn't goth anything, but that's okay.
He's a little bit goth.
Well, okay. The Addams family were originally not supposed to be anything goth. They were a representation of the indolent rich, and then they gradually morphed, largely thanks to television, to what we think of now as being gothy.
Wait, Darin, are you trying to tell me, as you explained yet something else, the Addams family existed in some lore before the television show?
Yeah. The New Yorker cartoons. They were a parody of the indolent rich of New York. That's what they were.
I see. Thanks for explaining and ruining the Addams family for me.
I was always more of a Munsters guy anyway. All right.
No, not me. No. Morticia Addams was so much hotter than Lily Munster.
That is true. That is true. But I as a show overall, I prefer the Munsters.
I did not. Raisins are grape jerky. He blurted unexpectedly, breaking the evening silence and scaring the shit out of the cat. I fucking love the randomness of this one. Oh, that's the kind of shit you need in your life, boys and girls. Gavin Newsom. I'm not ashamed of California and the other 49 states. Exactly. That's the problem. You should be. I don't know what that's got to do with Seinfeld and whatever the hell that show was called. What is that? The Sopranos. But
yeah.
Modern leftists. I want to give you an opportunity to embrace the reprobate left, patriots. This could be a hard pass, commie. Okay, again, they didn't need to put the facial hair on the interviewer. They could have just left her alone, and it would have still worked.
Yep.
When you accidentally send your kid to public school, I'm gonna get communist now.
With blue hair.
Now, Darin, I didn't know what this was when I first saw it. This is a Christy meme. Fucking hate this type of urinal. They blow piss everywhere. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a hand dryer.
Yeah. It says Airblade down below there. So Dynasty Airblade. And I didn't know that either. I mean, what's wrong with just having the hose?
Nozzle.
You know, you wave your hands in front of the hose. Why do you gotta? Maybe this does it quicker by blowing it on both sides. I don't know.
Or it prevents the water from splashing off your hands.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I look at that and I see something that Boba Fett would have used to clasp the hands of a bounty before he froze them in carbonite.
Yeah. It doesn't look like.
That's what I see. Yeah. I'm not putting my hand in that, Darin.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Of course. Just saying. Yeah. I mean, it does appear to be open on both sides, but yeah.
Yeah, but if it closes around your wrist, what good is that?
Yeah, true. Yeah. Feed me, Seymour.
People can't take advantage of you if you are useless. Now, that was, by the way, a lifestyle choice that I used when I was in the military. Trying to be honest with my therapist, but not so honest to get involuntarily hospitalized. There is a fine line there. There is a fine line.
Several fine lines, and they're all red.
Yeah. I get paid some money. I try to save some money. Some bullshit happens that requires the money. I have no money. Rinse and repeat. That's the story of all of our lives, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Except Darin, he's independently wealthy.
Oh yeah, right.
Trump took my food stamps. Bullshit. Oh.
Misa wana Wookie nipple pinchy.
Bullshit, y'all.
Da shooda.
Stay strapped or get clapped was a little known part of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. A lot of people overlook that passage.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm on Bondi Beach, yeah, I mean you can shoot me and get me, but if I see you first, no, because I'm an American motherfucker and I will shoot you with a potato gun in Minecraft. And now it's that time, Christy. Ooh. Spicy meme of the week.
Yes. We need Christy to do some jumping jacks.
Our first one? Kind of self-explanatory. Versus Diamond Zolansky, which, by the way, that name is so full of contradictions, and then you see the face associated with it.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Grandma has diabetes. Yes, there you go.
Diabetes.
So, choices this week, chat. Diabetes and Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, Macy's parade, yeah.
Oh my God! If they don't
where's
do
the link?
that,
where's the link to that? By the way,
I gotta find it. I think Christy's putting it up now.
All right.
I am so subscribed to Flip City Magazine, but never get notifications.
Yes, it's because they're never on the job, like Christy, like last week. We're not gonna be here today.
The poll is live.
The poll is live.
All right, is there a link?
It's just in the YouTube chat on the Flip City Magazine channel.
There it is. Okay, gotcha. This is actually a really hard one to choose for some people. It's like, do I choose racism or racism? No, I'm just kidding. It's
not racist. What's wrong with you?
It's not. You're right. It's not.
What's up, Raul?
Grammar and it's about grammar and it's about cartoon characters.
What's up, Saboteur?
What is up, Raul Saboteur? Good to see you guys.
2 votes so far.
One more time, if you're just joining us over on the YouTube, we're doing our meme of the week. Option number 1 is on the screen right now, Dora and Ice. Or, I'm pretty sure my grandma has diabetes. Those are your choices. Head on over and pick his one. We will announce the winner here in just a few minutes. All right, Christy.
What now? Are we going back to regular scene and gonna bullshit for a little bit?
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Dora
so
Dora the deporting. Dora the deporta.
So just an announcement, there will not be a show next week. That's just, a couple of days before Christmas, and we're all going to be very funny and busy and away. Mm-hmm. So no show next week. This time, it's scheduled to not be a show, unlike last week. Christy just fucking forgot us.
Like she did earlier in this very stream.
Personally, I think it was a passive-aggressive kidney punch. Yeah. She was mad at me for something and just fuck her. Whoosh. I'm not going to go to the
This is
stupid one.
she wanted to stomp on somebody's proverbial dick.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just so you guys know, we're just giving Christy shit. She's one of my favorite people. She's
Yes.
Christy is my crowd.
I swore I'd never get like involved in like a comic skate clique, but like Doc drew me into his clique, and it's basically he's my clique.
Yeah, we're a clique unto ourselves.
Yes.
We hang around and tell each other corny jokes and laugh. That's what we do. No drama though. We don't do drama other than hating on our good friend Darren Wagner.
Yeah, lovely.
That's the most loving hate, though.
It is. It's a very
Yes,
loving
it's
hate.
a very loving hate.
So no show next week for the coffee shop. And so on that note, we're going to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Not happy holidays because we're not communists here. So Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Who won the meme review?
Well, we're not there yet, Darren. Relax. Relax.
Sorry. All right.
All right. Should we be closing out the meme, the poll here in a moment?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that because we're getting ready to wrap up here. But also, may or may not do a show for New Year's. If we can put it together, Christy, Darren, and I, and maybe Tanner, are going to bring you the year in memes. Do a huge extravaganza of memes. Did we get a pill raid?
No, we did not.
Okay, because I saw Saboteur pop up, and I don't see him in my chat window over here. Oh, there he is. Saboteur, good to see you. Welcome. If we can't cobble together the year in memes, then there won't be a New Year's show either, in which case I'll see you guys all in 2026, which I am praying and hoping will be a great year for all of us. So let's take a look now as we trust Christy to tally up the poll.
Dora won by 75%.
All right.
So, let me see. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Here we go. Let's get the correct thing up here. Here's meme review. There's your winner, folks.
We are, it looks to me, Christy, as you pull up the tallies, that here at the end of the year, we have got a tie game.
I think you are probably correct. Let's see. There's that.
There we go.
All right. Cool. Look at that. You guys, me and Doc are now tied.
Oh, wow. Yay.
6-6. As we're going into 2026.
I mean, I think that's kind of cool. Now, of course, it restarts with the new year. So we will, we'll have to call 2025 a draw, and we will start fresh in 2026.
All right.
Those are some years, by the way, that I never thought I would hear myself saying out loud when I was a young man.
Yeah, me neither.
I remember back in 1923 when, wait, what?
Yeah, years were just supposed to begin with the word 19 back then.
Yes, absolutely. It is still weird to me that we're in the 21st century. Of course, I've maintained my theory, boys and girls, that the world did actually end with Y2K, and we're all now trapped in the Matrix. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, the world was already headed down the toilet when, never mind, I won't even go into the 90s. That like watered down, less good version of the 80s that was the 90s. But yeah, so anyway, want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and God bless you all. Let's get out of here, Christy. Stop cursing at me and just play the damn thing. Play us out of here, will you?
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to everybody, and eventually we'll figure out how to close this show. Interesting. How do I do this again? Should we watch a trailer and then close the show? Let's do that.
No.
No idea what she's saying.
You're away for 1 week and you forget how the whole kit and caboodle works. Just lost.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody! Quitting time! Quitting time!
Christy, put us out of our misery.